Today, I'm going to be trying out the CS1 Ultrasonic Cleaner from LifeBasis. They offered to send this to me to do a review on, and I've always wanted an ultrasonic cleaner, so I'm really anxious to see if an ultrasonic cleaner really can clean things as easily as I've seen on TV and also in other videos. So let's open it up. Included in the box is the ultrasonic cleaner itself with the lid, the power cord, a plastic basket, and the watch stand. Now this cleaner is fairly small. It's a 500 milliliter capacity. It's more targeted towards household use for things like eyeglasses, jewelry, watches, cosmetic brushes, dentures, and small personal items. The control panel is here on the front along with the display and the operating buttons, and it does have 5 timer settings. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. Okay, I've got it plugged in. You can see the display lit up right here. And this is the on-off button, and this is the timer button. And I do like that this small ultrasonic cleaner seems really simple to use. There's not a whole lot of guesswork. You really just turn it on, and you set the timer button for the desired time that you want to run the ultrasonic cycle. The timer button is marked in seconds, but it breaks down to give you optional cleaning times of 1.5 minutes, 3 minutes, 4.5 minutes, 6.5 minutes, or 8 minutes. I picked out some random things to try to clean. I'm going to be trying, this is a spoon just from my kitchen drawer, some fairly tarnished coins, some jewelry, this can opener that's probably 30 years old, this little toy here that I know that this was outside for a really long time, so it's kind of dirty, and a watch. I'm actually going to do 2 watches because the watch that I wear is a G-Shock, and it gets really dirty in these little areas right here and along the face of the watch. So I'm going to try that along with that watch. Place the object to be cleaned in the basket, and I think to start off with, I'm going to go with these coins, and I'll show you real quick before I get started that they're pretty bad off. They've seen some better days. A ring and this piece of jewelry. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's fairly old and fairly tarnished. Inside the LifeBasis Ultrasonic Cleaner, there is a minimum and maximum fill line. So I'm going to put in some tap water, being sure not to exceed the maximum fill line. And apparently you can use different types of cleaners in here. They even recommend in the instructions that you can use dishwashing liquid. I've got a little household cleaner here that I'm going to put in. And I think I was supposed to drop the basket in first, but it did not exceed the maximum fill line, so I think I'm good. Put the lid on. It does say the 3-minute function is good for most things, so I will press start. Let's take a little peek underneath the lid and see what's happening. I can hear it and I can see the water, I guess for lack of a better term, vibrating. So I'll let this do its thing for the next approximately 2 minutes, and then we'll have a look at the jewelry. Okay, the cycle is complete. So let's have a look at, oh wow. Now, I can already see a difference in a couple of the items. All right, let me move this over here. Okay, the silver jewelry, this is a huge, huge difference from before. I mean, that is pretty awesome. And not only did it make a big difference on this round piece, but the chain too. Man, that's pretty cool. Okay, on the ring, oh yeah, it's definitely a lot shinier. Yeah, it did a really good job on the ring. Now the coins, let's see. It did not take everything off of the coins. I know there's a little bit of a focusing problem here. There we go. It did not take everything off of the coins, but it did make them considerably better. because these coins really were in pretty bad shape. So just for grins and giggles, I'm going to put these coins back inside, and I'm going to run a full cycle of 8 minutes. And we'll just have a look at the coins. Okay, the coins have had a total of 11 minutes to clean. So, let's have a look at these. They do look significantly better than what they did. Let me just wipe these off a little bit. I wouldn't say these are exactly perfect, but the ultrasonic cleaner did do a very good job of getting these coins looking a lot better than they did. So next I want to try the little, I think there's a little matchbox that I had when I was a kid, and this really old bottle opener. And there's a little bit of rust on here. I don't think it's going to take off any rust or anything, but let's just try it out and see what happens. And I think for this, I'm going to go for the full 8-minute cycle. Okay, let's check out the little matchbox car, or I should say truck. And man, that got it clean. This thing had sat outside for I don't know how many years, played with in the dirt. There's a little speck right there. I don't think it's attached. I think it's just sitting on top. But this thing, that thing's bothering me. Unless it was part. Oh, you know what? That's not even dirt. That's actually like, I think, a hole in the top of it. Anyway, this thing had sat outside, and multiple kids had played with this between me and my brother, and it stayed outside for years and years. And this thing has gotten pretty much spotless. Let me wipe it off. Yeah, I can't believe how clean this thing has gotten. I mean, that's amazing. Okay, let's check out the can opener, which I'm really not expecting much out of the can opener. I mean, it's mostly plastic and some stainless steel, but let's have a look. No, it actually got it cleaner. As clean as I think you could possibly get something like this, but yeah, it got it cleaner. There's no doubt about it. Now, unfortunately, the spoon was too big to fit inside the cleaner. While that was cleaning, I did put the spoon up to it, and as it turns out, all my utensils are a little too big for this. So this is really not going to be big enough to clean something like utensils, but LifeBasis does make larger units. This is, as far as I know, their smallest unit. Like I said earlier, it is 500 milliliters, so that's about 17 ounces. But they do make larger ones if you want to clean bigger stuff. But for really small things like jewelry, I think this one is probably the way to go. So next I want to clean this watch, and you can see how grubby this watch is, and I haven't worn this watch in I don't know how many years. So I'm not going to use the little watch cleaner because I don't think that it's going to fit. So I'm just going to sit this in, and I'm going to have to wait on this watch. I'll probably clean that off camera later because they're both not going to fit in here at the same time. But let's close it up, and let's try 380 seconds. All right, let's check this out. I can already tell that that's going to be a big difference. We'll wipe it off. Yeah, that's a huge difference. And one thing that they do recommend is that after you clean your item, you can pour out the cleaning solution and do another cycle with just fresh clean water, which I'm not doing. I'm just wiping these things off, but I don't really think it needs any more. I mean, man, that's pretty cool. So I guess all the hype that I've heard over the years about ultrasonic cleaners is actually true. Like the jewelry that I've cleaned has been absolutely amazing. It did a really good job on the coins. I think there's some tarnish on here that's beyond repair on the quarter and on the nickel, but I think the cleaner has got them about as clean as they're going to be able to get. The last thing that I'm going to try to clean in the LifeBasis Ultrasonic Cleaner is a gun barrel. And this has been to the shooting range twice and has not been cleaned. Probably can't really see how fouled it is, but trust me, it's very dirty. So I'm going to put this in there, and I think for this one, I'm just going to leave it open, and then I will time lapse the video. And I still have the original cleaning solution in here, the water, and a little bit of the household cleaner that I used. So let me set this up to 8 minutes, and let's see how well it cleans it. And start. Okay, let's check out the barrel. Oh, wow. I expected there to be some, residue, gunpowder, and things like that on the outside of the barrel, but there is not. Look how clean the inside of that is. And this barrel has about 300 rounds through it. So, man, this thing works pretty good. Let me dry that off real quick. Wow. I got to say, this little ultrasonic cleaner, it really exceeded my expectations. I did not change the water or cleaning solution at all during this video. And I'll move the stuff right here. You saw it clean the jewelry super quick. I mean, I am so impressed. Even this looks really good, but how quickly it shined up the silver. The gun barrel, which was just completely dirty. The old dusty watch, it's got it looking as good as it's going to get. The coins, I think it really got them looking as good as it's going to get. The little truck that sat outside for years is looking good. And it's even got the 30-plus-year-old can opener looking pretty nice. I'm very impressed with the LifeBasis Ultrasonic Cleaner. It completely exceeded my expectations of what it can do, especially considering that it's such a small cleaner. Like I said earlier, it holds about 17 ounces. So it's going to be good for smaller household items. And another thing is, it's a very small unit. It does not take up a lot of space to store. You don't have to buy expensive cleaning solutions. Just plug it in, set the timer, and let it do its thing. And if you're interested in getting the LifeBasis Ultrasonic Cleaner, there will be a link in the description of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.